Welcome to Songwriters Across Texas, filmed in Austin, Texas at the Broken Spoke, where songwriters have been making their dreams come true for almost 50 years. On today's episode, Madison.
Well, that sweet water runs through my veins, and I'm trying hard.
The amazing Robert Skiles, better known as Beto y los Fairlaines. And the spotlight from season 1, Brennen, Liegh.
Are you still taking them pills? Or are they still?
Our gospel song of the day, sung by Amanda Pearcy.
In heaven sitting down.
The song you're about to see us perform is called Sweetwater. So I am born and raised in West Texas, Sweetwater, Texas. It's out in the middle of nowhere, probably about 40 miles west of Abilene, if anybody knows where that's at. But so the song is about kind of me growing up there, and there's a few things going on with it. I'm trying to tell a little bit of the story without having a linear story, because there's a lot of things that made up my growing up there. So some of it, there's a reference to my dad worked at a gypsum mine there since I was little. So I'm talking about getting jobs, at the gypsum mine. And when I was younger, it was kind of everybody's, if I can get in there, I just got it, and that's life, and I'm gonna be set. There's also an instance where I talk about I had an aunt die who is very close to my age out there on the highways of West Texas, and it happens. You got long drives in little towns out there in the middle of nowhere, and it was very hard. I have a really big family and a very close family, so that's kind of visited a little bit in there. Also, growing up there and going back and forth there, it's hard for me, kind of going back there and leaving, and just dealing with that and having those conversations with my father, who wanted me to have a good life and encouraged me to do well, but also would see me falter and would always be there for me when I went home, but would always kind of encourage me to try to do a little bit more than just sticking around Sweetwater, Texas.
Well, that sweet water runs through my veins, and I'm trying hard as I can to forget what I saw and pretend I don't care, and drink beer from a brown paper bag. And that soft touch don't cure it no more. The shiver and the scars of my spine, and I couldn't get work no matter how hard you lied to them folks at the old gypsum mine. Cross on the side of the road where her radio played its last song, and we managed to salvage the clothes in the trunk, but the cash in the glove box is gone. Go back to cutting wood for my dad. I was taking pills in his house. He gave me money for gas. Said, leave, son, while you still can.
I got started in music. I didn't start playing until I was a little bit later in life. I was maybe 23, and I heard Neil Young for the first time. I was in the Army, and a buddy of mine turned me on to him, and he sang a line. There was, Big John's been drinking since the river took Annie Lou. And that, man, that was it. And I wanted to write, and I wanted to play. And, you know, I got a guitar and just started messing around. And, you know, just a little bit more, and started writing songs about my life. And I was going through a lot at that time. I was young. Had a child very young, and you know, some of the stuff was hard for me, you know, to process all of that. So it was a good way for me to kind of start writing down my ideas and just express myself. I moved to Austin, Texas when I was about 28 or 29, and I just decided one day, well, I'm gonna go play at an open mic. I've never really played in front of people or for people, and you know, I was hooked. You just meet so many great people in this town. And so many people really going after it, no matter what it is. You know, they're just trying to express themselves and find some different way. The art is very important. That was inspiring to me, and it makes you want to get better, and it makes you want to get on another stage, and it makes you want to meet more people. And so I just started meeting other individuals through Craigslist. You know, hey, you want to start a band? I wrote these songs and got told no hundreds of times, and also got told yes a few times, and it's really worked out. There's been a lot of things go back and forth in my life, and I've found myself in not the greatest situations, but it's all worth it to be in a situation like this, have really good friends and family, be able to share music with so many great other talented musicians. It's just such a blessing. One of the most meaningful times I've had in music, I wrote a song called Flying Car, and it was about, you know, my family and growing up. And I was just burning CDs by myself at the house and kind of handing them out to friends and family, and I had a little MySpace going. It's just the early days of just trying to figure it out. And you know you're not good, kinda, but you're still trying to put it out and reach it out there. And I remember my sister had gotten a hold of it, one of my sisters, and she called me and she told me that she had cried whenever she had listened to the song. And that really stuck with me. I was really that it was able to move somebody, that it was about, that they could see what it was about and feel that emotion that I was trying to put into it, that somebody else knew what was going on, understood it. It happens sometimes. We'll go out to shows and somebody will really be listening to the lyrics, and it'll just be somebody off in the corner and you'll see them crying by themselves, or come up to you crying after the show, say they really enjoyed the songs. And that's always, to me, that's the best thing, when you know you've really, that's when I think I'm doing my job, is when I can reach people and help them understand the message that I'm trying to convey.